You know, when it comes to concealment of a firearm, I found after many years of doing this that less is more. When you start getting into deep concealment rigs, one of the things that you have to worry about is you really truly do reach a point where you kind of go, there's concealability and then there's performance of the item. The other day I was looking for a holster, or a carrier, for my my K-bar TDI knife, which the inventor of this knife is a friend of mine, John Benner. And I completely stumbled upon a company called Galloway Precision out of Fletcher, North Carolina. I ordered their knife holder. So got to talking to their head gunsmith slash armorer, and Brandon, and he's like, dude, I'll send you products to review. You know, we're happy to do that for guys in the community who are really serious about this kind of thing. So I went ahead and still bought 2 knife holders from them. But Brandon was really cool, and he sent me some stuff. Now I got to admit, all I needed was a couple of knife holders for my TDI knife holder. He sent me a couple of holsters. He sent me a mag carrier, which I'm going to show you in a minute, and another holster which is over there, which I'll, you know, come on, let me show you. Okay, Brandon sent me, let me just take it off real quick. Brandon sent me a holster, I believe it's called Deluxe Carry. I'll have it here on the screen. It is a holster that really got my attention. I will admit that the first time that I saw the Ulti-Clip, I was kind of like, yeah. But when I tried it, yeah, it got my attention. The reason that I like the Ulti-Clip is because it allows you to put on an item, run either your pants or your belt through this, and that action right there vice locks it to whatever surfaces that you've put it to. So if it's a bag with a little sleeve inside that drops in, it's not going anywhere. If it's your belt, especially a nylon belt, it really clips. Now keep in mind, if you're running a leather belt, this is going to make a permanent indentation in the leather, which kind of is a good thing because it means it's not going anywhere, but it will mar up your leather, so keep that in mind. This is the holder that he sent me. Now this looks unwieldy. Trust me, this is anything but unwieldy. This thing is pretty slick. It is very comfortable. It's contoured, so it disappears. It disappears against your body. First time I saw this, I thought, well, that's going to get in the way. No, it doesn't get in the way. This is canted far enough forward that you can get your knife out cleanly. The TDI knife is essentially a karambit without the loop on the end. So karambits are designed to be used this way, and they're also designed to be used this way and this way. And what they've done is they've oriented the TDI law enforcement knife, which in my estimation is one of the best knives out there for real. They've oriented it in such a manner that it's designed for a defensive purpose, so that when it comes out, if you find yourself in a position where you're really tied up and close, it can come out and immediately you can start defending with it. But they've also included a mag carrier with it. And like I said, this does not get in the way of this, because remember, when you're reaching for your magazine, you're reaching for your magazine here, okay? You're reaching for your magazine well behind that knife handle. So those of you who are on the fence on this item, trust me, pull the trigger. This is a dynamite item. That Ulti-Clip clips onto your pants, clips onto your belt. I will say this, there is a bit of a cant. When you reach for an item, it moves ever so slightly. It's not a deal breaker, it's not. But I want you to be aware of that. Because guys, I'm not being paid for this, okay? So I want to give you an honest appraisal. I like this product. There are tension screws for your mag, so it really does a nice job of holding. This is just Glock OEM mag with a Vickers tactical floor plate on it, but it does a nice job of holding the mag in place. Excuse me. It also allows me to put a 21 rounder in here for mag pull, holds it just as well. And it still conceals, which is kind of interesting. I didn't think it would, but it does. As long as you put things just slightly back from your sides, it actually conceals in that natural notch right here. This is the Deluxe Carry holster, and it has what's known as the crux attachment. And when I first got this, I was like, once again, look, it's human nature. You see something new and you go, not so much. Yeah, trust me. Once you put this on, you go, oh yeah. because this is designed by that curve. It's designed to sit right there inside your pants. Mother, it's comfy. It's really comfy, and it kind of tends to disappear because of the width of the item, and that just sort of just tends to disappear against your body, which is really cool. Once again, ulti-clip, either on your jeans or on your belt, lock it in place, and this crux attachment makes sure that it pushes out against the garment that you're wearing, which essentially does that to the gun, so it actually contours it to the body. And the back side of the Kydex has fabric that's actually molded to it. So guys, this, look, if nothing else, this shows you that effort has been made for your comfort. So yeah, winner. You know, the funny thing is that when you first get an item in your hand, you're kind of like, nee, but then when you wear it, it really gets your attention. They've done a nice job of rounding all the edges of the Kydex itself, but they've also done a nice job of actually rounding the edges of the holster itself. Same with the mag carrier, the edges are rounded. Rounded edges are easier on the body, it's just the way it works. So these two items working in concert with one another create a nice package for working in concealed carry for extended periods of time. And what you want out of your concealed carry gear is stuff that you can put on and just forget about. Because remember, in the training environment, we're drawing, we're running, we're rolling, we're shooting, we're woo yes, yes. But in the real world environment of running errands, going to church, in and out of your workplace, you just need something that just does its job and holds the weapon and support gear against your body. Bing, that's what these items do. Now, all right, this also came in the package. Now, look, straight up honest. When I saw this holster, I was like, bruh, really? Guys, don't, Galloway Precision, don't take that personally. Let me finish. I saw this and I was like, man, come on! All right. This Kydex is very, very thin Kydex. I forget the actual size of the Kydex. It's the thinner Kydex. This is your classic Kydex bending kind of Kydex. This is by far the most beautiful, simple holster I've ever tried. Because it's so thin, it's essentially a second skin to the gun, and it does what a holster is supposed to do. Protect the front sight. Guys, for real, key point to a holster, protect your front sight. Rear sight's not that big a deal. Front sights, protect them. Protect your trigger. But I have to admit, I saw this and I was like, what kind of happy crack is that? I went to the interwebs and I looked up warfighter equipment because I didn't know what this thing was. Okay, I'd never seen this before. And all it says is warfighter equipment, W-A-R-F-Y-T-R, warfighter equipment. So I looked it up. When I saw the demo, I thought, oh man, that's cool. Now watch, I'm going to show you this. Right? Some of you already know what this is, so shut up. Those of you that don't know what you just saw, let me show you what this does. You put this where you want it to be on your pants or in a bag or whatever. The fabric runs through here, okay? This compresses into the fabric and it locks. And this little lip right here creates just enough dynamic tension over the fabric to trap it in place. And this doesn't go anywhere. So what you do is, and it takes a little finagling, which is why I'm not going to try to do it on camera, because you do have to kind of come out of your pants a little bit, because you want to, it's sort of a fit test. Take it off, fit test, ooh, happy spot. And once you find your happy spot, you automatically know where it is because it leaves the slightest little pucker mark on denim, you know, on other fabric. But that's okay because you always want to know where it's supposed to go. But once you find that happy place with it, bro, this thing disappears. And what's really cool about it is, and I'll just slide it in here just to show you, what's really cool about it is once it's locked in here, all right, so once it's locked in here, you can go, like literally, you can go from straight up and down and you can tilt the sucker all the way forward to a small of back type of carry, but obviously it's not on the back, it's on the side. This makes driving happy place. Once you get out of the vehicle, you just upright it. Remember guys, a holster's job is only meant to hold the weapon fast against your body. That's it. It's just meant to hold this in place so that when you need it, it's actually still there. in the training environment, we spend so much time drawing our guns and running around, and we seem to forget that holster and support gear, the holster and support gear's job is to just hold items against our body. It's a more efficient way than just dropping things in your pocket. I mean, sure, you can take your gun and shove it in your pocket. That's kind of dumb. You're asking for trouble. Holsters and support gear's job is only meant to hold things against the body, and this does it really well. Now, if you want to talk about like really, really going as austere as you can be, I mean, like being a Spartan, all right. I made one of these last year, but mine didn't come out as bougie as this one did. This is a trigger guard holster. Some of you are like, seriously? Yeah, guys, seriously. This is a trigger guard holster, and this, in my estimation, is one of the most, I'm trying to figure out what's the best word to use here. This is one of the most intelligent ways to carry a firearm, in that, no, better. This is one of the most clandestine ways to carry a firearm. And I'll show you an appendix carry, because it is so much more, it's so much more telling an appendix carry. Take your belt. You can cinch it up fairly tight for this. You run this through the belt, through itself. There are two ways you can do it. You can either just flat out run the belt through it, but I actually like to run it through itself, and here's why. You can run it through the belt, back through itself, pull it tight, make sure that it joins up here at the top, because you want as much room as possible. You would chamber your weapon, hook it up, slide it in place, and it thoroughly disappears underneath your garment. When you go to draw, you get a hold of the weapon, and it's straight up, and it disconnects. Use the weapon, go back. This is where people are like, oh, you're gonna shoot yourself. No, you're not. Muzzle is pointed in a safe direction. You grab the holster, which is not hard to find, because all you do is slide across your belt. There it is. Bring it up, hook it to the gun. Did I muzzle myself? No, the muzzle stayed in a safe direction. And now, just like any other moment where it's weapon to holster, look, I've already covered the trigger. So remember, some people shoot themselves, especially in the doober-doo. Some people shoot themselves in the doober-doo when they go to holster, because they don't have trigger discipline. Dude, the trigger's already covered. This is safer than a standard holster. It really is. Gun goes in. Now, here's what's really cool about this. If I'm in a position where, man, I don't want to get caught with a gun, watch. What gun? Now, it looks like you got a great big lump of junk down here. But the point is, hey man, I'm not armed. Guys, I don't have a gun on me. That dude's 30 feet away from you. He's never going to see this. And yeah, you can get to this relatively easily, because there it is. So guys, this is something to think about. Not to mention, for those instances where you just want to get in and out of your gun real quick, like I said, actually I don't know if I said it in this video or not. There are times where you are going to have to get in and out of your gun for whatever reason. You're going into a federal building, you're going somewhere where they have magnetometers, you can't get through, which is a good thing, because that means people can't get through with guns. So it allows you to just get out of your gun, store it safely, lock it in the vehicle, come back to it, and it's right there. I went looking for something very simple with Galloway Precision and ended up finding so much more. It's really neat to see that there are people out there that are still bending Kydex, that are still doing classic Kydex support gear in the manner that Kydex support gear, can't talk today, guys, it's cold out here. That Kydex support gear has been made for quite some time. And what's neat about Galloway is you can send things to them to get things made. So if you want to have something, made just so, send them the knife, send them the flashlight, whatever. Guys, classic support gear in the classical way of bending Kydex it isn't hard to find. It's hard to find done extremely well. Guys, I like this company. I like what I see in Galloway Precision, and I'm looking forward to doing business with them in the future. If you guys have any comments or questions, shoot them to me below. I'll be happy to answer them as best I can. If not, I will shunt you guys over to Galloway Precision, and I'm sure they'll answer them for you. But guys, check them out. Galloway Precision makes quality products, and I'm really pleased to be showing this to you guys. As always, I thank you for watching. God bless you all. Get those guns out in practice. Have a good one.